Hello everybody, we are just getting started with another Summit der Langrisser stream. We are just about to hop in, including muting my own streams so we don't hear three Kongs, because we're going to have enough voices on the chat with us today. We are being joined by two special guest co-commentators. We are going to have That's Ma Pizza and Venorion both co-streaming with me, so hello there, gents. Yeah, we're getting a lot of, well, we're up to the semifinals now, so there's only a couple of matches left, and everyone wants a piece of the action. So, I'm just going to go ahead and share my stream around the various chords while the players are preparing to jump into their match. Perfect time to get a little promotional. Alright. I think it's just showing a frozen map screen on the stream, so I'm going to hide this and try to reload the source. Yeah, I know, I'm watching it, like it's live on my screen, but for whatever reason it's not updating on the stream, which is weird.
And tanks will just be tanks.
Yeah, I'm trying to just drag stuff around now, make it the right size. Hello, there you are. Hello there, tiny, tiny stream. Yeah, I think I do give a bit of an advantage to SaintJacques after this pick and ban. The first pick, Rosenseal, from Winston's side is an interesting strategic gambit, I guess, just in prep for what pick and ban might bring. But in the end, what we end up with is SaintJacques with 5 strong DPS and Winston with 4. So he's going to have to find a good way to make use of that. I have desktop audio, and you guys are both not muted. Wow, so Maybari, the stream is you're not getting pizza and Venorian. This is why I like to test like multiple inputs before the match actually starts. No? Oh well, let's figure out a way to add you. If you're not desktop audio, what else are you? Yeah, we'll just add another sound source. Yeah, it should be coming through the desktop audio.
Winston, yeah, the most range that Winston has is the unit with 10 range at my heart.
Okay, let's see here. We're almost there.
Take your time, Colin.
Yep, there's no cat.
Cobra looking like beatdown match. Alright, can the stream hear the other guys now?
You hear it now in the chat?
Possibly no.
Some amazing. Oh, I felt like we're really quiet.
Oh, okay, well, we really knew there.
I don't know if you still exist. They're much quieter than me. Well, they should be, because I'm on the actual mic that's connected to this computer, and they're just coming through Discord. Each of them have their own mic settings, and I have mic settings for them. How are they compared to the game volume? They must be quieter than the game volume. Yeah, I'll turn the game way down. Like, down a lot. And then I'll just crank the input volume. So Pizza's talking now, you should be able to hear him. No, they can't.
Yeah, no, like it's gonna be.
like-
I still feel like it's still gonna be rely on who can get the lucky breeze here, or if that doesn't happen, then you're right. It's Moondoggy just basically going to decide
That's as good as we get for them.
who wants as his first target, who's his first victim, how you say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like once Winston gets a single kill, Neo Zerda can just run in and start mowing people down. It's gonna be pretty nasty.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you hear me now, chat? Oh, that's great. I love you guys.
So, I mean,
like-
realistically, the only other weapon that Winston has available to him to counter this being outranged by Moondoggy would normally have been McLean tiles, but SaintJacques has McLean tiles of his own and 2 flying units, so big part of the reason why we're going to see him trying to shift strategy and kind of stay hidden at the back until an opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, but the thing is, the longer he waits, the more opportunities Moondoggy gets to actually get his own breeze and start rolling over him.
Yeah.
And the
absolutely.
thing is, Winston has basically only 4 DPSs, while Moondoggy has 5, and that Rosen Seal is pretty much only going to be there for her debuff immunities, and that's it, because she will not be doing any damage. So, I just don't see this. I don't see Winston winning this at all, to be honest. Like, what he'd have to do is pretty much kill off pretty much his Moondoggy's entire team, and then hopefully deal with Neo Zerda with her 2+ wives, essentially. Because if Neo Zerda has her just multiple revives with her talent, and it's just going to be really difficult for Winston to just grind her down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like how you're right. That's how Winston's going to deal with just the Zerda itself is just going to be a challenge, and that's not including any of the other units that he has to worry about.
Yeah, like McLean pretty much needs to reset his damage skill every other turn. So he uses like his assassin skill, then he has to do the whirlpool thing to set up again, and then he can do it. So, yeah. And then Diehart's pretty much a one and done guy. Like,
Winston did get the breeze for his D heart, so he might definitely dive on the his next turn comes up.
That is true.
Yeah,
but...
even with the breeze, I mean, if Winston's looking for an opening, even with the breeze, SaintJacques still has the advantage in terms of trading down. He'll take a trade, a D heart for D heart trade, for example, and still be up in DPS.
Yeah, and he may like stun one of Moondoggy's other DPSs, but that's not really going to be a huge thing in the long run, because as Winston starts to lose units, Zerda just gets more and more more and more range. And there's a lot of cheesy stuff that Moondoggy could actually do here. Like he could move up his Wedham, throw down the sword in front of Diehard, so Winston has to move into a worse position, or Wedham can just go in and just hit something, and then have Neo Zerda jump in and just kill off the Diehard.
SaintJacques with Air Slash on 3 units. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plus, yeah, like Colin, could you show off Wedham's range at the moment? Yeah, because I kind of want to see where he can jump to, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then +2, and then 3 range from like that space, and then Zerda can pretty much jump in and hit something.
Yeah.
Most easiest target would be the puppet, I would say.
Yeah, he could target the puppet. He could hit McLean for his first life. He could do a lot of things.
Oh, Moondoggy says in the chat to call him SaintJacques. Don't call him Moondoggy. Don't call him Moon. Okay. He's like, do not besmirch the good name of Moondoggy.
I think he means don't besmirch the good name of SaintJacques. He doesn't want SaintJacques' victories tarnished by having them referred to as Moondoggy.
Oh, it's the other way around. Okay.
All right. We can definitely do that. But yeah, just Neo Zerda's mobility is pretty nuts, especially with Wedham, because, well, Wedham or any like summonable unit. Like, I believe I played against SaintJacques last.
Here comes the sword, guys. All right.
Here comes the sword. That's probably going to be a dead puppet there, and then yeah, if he kills off the puppet, then Neo Zerda can just jump in and kill off the Diehard, and that's pretty much a 1-for-0 trade.
Yep, you absolutely call it right, 100%. There goes the puppet. Easy kill for Wedham there, no big deal, just another day for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Wedham's probably going to die for this.
That's opening the door for Zerda.
Yeah,
well,
it's fine.
Yeah, well, he did his job, so
exactly.
Nothing too much to worry about. And now Lucretia is significantly nerfed, and she does not have a revive anymore. So, yeah. This could.
What's funny is Lucretia did bring single target only instead of AoE, which, well, at this point in time, it's not going to matter much.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much what she had to do at this point, because she really wouldn't be able to do anything else. Yeah, she wouldn't really be able to do AoE very well. Well, AoE against this team won't really be very good, since SaintJacques can just spread his units out and just avoid the AoE. And this is going to be a trade.
Let's get the Wedham, so okay, 1-for-1 so far.
Mm-hmm. And well, so...
One for Golem, yeah.
One for Golem, but now, like I said, it's the Zerda show, people. See what she can do.
Yeah, well, Zerda can teleport in, take out the Lucretia, or he can teleport in and take out the D-Heart, which I think is a bit better in this case. that would be a bit better move because he still has the stun, and the stun is actually kind of dangerous.
He has the stun, he has a shitload of range right now. The Lucretia's golem is already gone, so she's a little bit dampened.
Yeah, and she's gonna be even worse once McLean starts farting out more water. So pretty much her range is just gonna be nothing.
Okay,
also,
Winston does move the Lucretia back just to block, to defend against the D-Heart, so...
It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, because Neo Zerda can just hop to the sword to the left below it, and then air slash, and then that's a dead D-Heart. And, well, D-Heart might live if he gets, like, a armor proc that reduces damage, because if he gets that, he'll have, like, 60% damage reduction, because he's, like, near a female unit.
SaintJacques right now is pretty much putting the finishing touches on that decision about who's gonna die.
Pretty much.
Interesting to see SaintJacques running so low on backup time this early in the match.
Yeah. Well, I think he's being cautious and just thinking out his general strategy. Because he pretty much wants to get rid of that Die-Hard right now, since that stun is going to be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So hop to the sword, and then he's going to air slash here.
Yep.
And this is this is probably going to kill.
Yep, good kill.
No lucky proc, unfortunately.
Yeah, it wasn't even close anyways.
Clocks the air slash. Now only one turn left on both Zera balls, so that's something that SaintJacques is going to have to be careful of.
Yeah, well, what might happen here is Zerda loses one of her lives, and then she probably just hits the Lucretia, and then gets life back.
Yeah, and we'll see if Winston tunnel visions in on her. I see a lot of players often do that. As soon as Zerda's in there, they'll use, all of their remaining DPS to kill the first life, and then she gets her revive, and then they try to kill it again, and then kill the second life.
Yeah, Neo Zerda does have air slash. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make her a little more stronger.
Yeah, and just dealing with Neo Zerda when she goes in is actually really tough, especially if she gets a kill, because basically she can pretty much go in, and then if it's like at the end of the turn, she can act again, and like depending on her setup, she can like fart out an AoE and get her life back again, and then have somebody follow up again. And it's just very tough to deal with her, and it's kind of also why Neo Zerda is very like super strong in the meta right now.
So I think we'll see her act again here now to get that life back.
Yeah, so I think she's gonna just do that, kill off the Lucretia, so that's basically a 2-for-1 trade. And then McLean can't do much. She's gonna revive, and then the Rosen Seal might be able to pick up the kill if Asusa goes in and attacks the Zerda, but this is pretty much over since Winston is down 2 DPS, and then SaintJacques has still 4, and they haven't even moved. So yeah, this is a very dead Zerda. Yeah, this Zerda is probably gonna die to an auto attack from what's her name, Resin Seal, and then there'll be that.
Then the cavalry crests the hill.
And then everybody else shows up and ruins Winston's day, basically, I want to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's at this point in time, it's hard to comment on the match that looks like it's over, you guys.
Well, we can kind of look back at at basically what happened here, and I think a big part of it was just a unfortunate ban pick for Winston. The first pick, Rosen Seal, kind of put him on his heels right at the very start of the match.
Yeah.
And then allowing the Watham plus Z2 combo. I mean, it's easy enough to say in hindsight, because that's the 1-2 punch that opened things up for SaintJacques. But that's one of the, uber examples of a killer combo in this game right now.
Yeah, the Neo Zerda plus Wedam combo is pretty much like an Exodio combo in most situations.
Yeah, Zerida paired with any unit who can basically get right into the enemy team and then survive a turn. Like Polyol's another classic example.
Yep.
Seeing both of those characters together, you know Zerida's jumping in if she wants to.
Mm-hmm.
You got you got Polly. I think another one is Joy and Connie. That's another new one because you can't target Connie when he goes in because if he has invisibility.
Well, it's only invisibility if he's at full HP. If you use like, say, SP Matthew, you can just pop that and then follow up. But that's.
But you still got to waste an AOE just to get him, right? So
yeah. Well, they're also thankfully a somewhat not as common unit.
Mm-hmm. But I actually had some fun using Neo Zerida with just Elma because the regular healer Elma, because she has that one summonable unit that you can just fart out whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like I literally, I believe I played against Jock last week, and I did this combo on him where I pretty much locked him down with McLean, and then he didn't get one of, I believe, his Lucretia into tank guard range. So I popped just through the minion from Elma into his team, and then had Neo Zerida jump in and one-shot Lucretia.
Pizza really just came onto the stream to humble brag about beating one of these players.
not talk about the match. Like, let's talk about what I did.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, by the way, 41, and Boomstick as well. Thank you for the Prime sub. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank me for that. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So good. Like, well, Winston is trying to scrape from the barrel here with this McLean play. He can do the triple AoE here. I don't. Okay.
He's not gonna. Well, he's not gonna get a stun.
Okay,
he's pretty much
not to do it instead.
Yeah, he's just throwing down some more water, but that's not really gonna help him since now SaintJacques can throw down his own water and allow him to go in and start picking off units. And then SaintJacques also has the advantage of just that sword still being up, so he can just burn a turn and then just get a double attack on Winston.
And that's exactly what SaintJacques is doing right now. Just overtaking the water towers himself.
Yeah, so threw down the terrifying wave. He's gonna next turn. He's gonna just jump in. And then so I think here he's just gonna blow that sword's turn because he can. But here I think what he might do is he might pop the first life on McLean and then just kill him. Ooh, that's pretty nasty.
Good. Oh, trap the wasn't still there.
She only has one movement, so what SaintJacques can do is just move on to that, hit that, and then that's a dead Rosen Seal.
Yep, stand in her way.
So yeah, very good move.
I feel like it's probably so on a wound at this point.
Kind of. But yeah, that was just a phenomenal move. So yeah, here I think what SaintJacques is probably gonna he's gonna take off that first life on that McLean, and then follow up with his McLean next turn to kill off the other McLean for good. Okay, and he can't really do any stun stuff, so he's just gonna move him out of range. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting that Gren's faction buff only applies when a unit from the Strategist faction actually kills something. Something good to know. So you pretty much need to start snowballing with Gren if you want to keep that faction buff up. Or just run full team of...
well, Gren, McLean, and Lostum are three pretty heavy hitters for Strat.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could, if you really want to be fancy, you could pull in the... What's his name? Altamuller.
Oh, that's a hero you rarely see.
Yeah, now. I think Altamuller can be legit. I know Will _ was talking about putting him back in the box. But you know how Will's characters are built different. Let's just say that.
Well,
Bring back the ultimate tank.
Isn't Will's box mostly focused on like tank pushing, or is that somebody else? It might be that might be Pinches the Crab and a couple of other players.
Will's a pretty turtley box. All of his units are built for bulk.
Oh yeah. He runs like 5 healers, right? With like Sophia and like Homa, all those really good annoying healers.
All right, the Azusa kills herself, and that's it.
Yeah, that was the only target option for Azusa there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was like a kind of a gamble play. All right.
I am normally pretty nasally, but that's my rest.
So that is game 1 in the books in favor of SaintJacques. Let's go ahead and spectate on Winston's side this time. Not that it makes a difference.
Nope.
So that is 1-0 for SaintJacques. The map this time is going to be the desert map, so nothing too dramatic in terms of giant box changes, but we will see here in a moment whether either player decides to dip into the backup box, see if there's any changes that they want to make.
I will say that I enjoyed the fact that both players are running Neo V-Rash.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of love for whatever reason. Like, it seems people always seem to be on the fence when it comes to him. Like, you don't see him in regular Apex, but then I want to say for the TSdL, you be seeing him a lot, so it's interesting.
It's mostly because he has good range and a revive, and he can get around Neo Elma's guard a bit better, though.
Yeah, there's slightly fewer Hildas than there were back when he first came out. That was kind of the big impediment to him being able to pull.
Yep.
So with slightly fewer Hildas out there, he has a little bit more targets. He also works fairly well on the same maps that McLean does, and he works around McLean's tiles fairly well, so it's a little bit of a friendlier environment for him.
Ooh.
So we do have some major changes on both sides. Winston has removed Elwyn, Azusa, and the Rosenseal, and he has brought up Epsilon, Sissy White, and Oboro.
Well, SaintJacques switched to a tank push strat.
Yeah, it makes sense going into a match knowing that you're going to be player 2, to have a few more options in case you need to play defensively. Dropping that Archon, dropping the Polyol, the Watham, dropping the Omega, who may have been a little bit of an experimental pick anyway.
Yeah.
And bringing up the Rosenseal, Hilda, and Landius, and the Oboro. Let's see if this more defensive option is going to prepare him for what's coming here.
Yeah.
All right.
So first banning the Z2, also getting rid of the Grenshiel, who can block guard, and getting rid of the Oboro, so definitely preparing for some aggression from Winston's side. Winston does manage to lock down the Gintoki, though.
Yeah.
And SaintJacques going for that first pick, Rosenseal. She will pair nicely with whichever tank SaintJacques is left with, and that looks like it's going to be Landius for this one.
I honestly think that might have been a bit of a mistake, because Landius and Hilda can run cavalry classes, which kind of counter Gintoki, since he is mainly ran as an infantry unit. But I think here he might be counting on either just pulling a unit away from a unit from Landius, which I think might be really hard on this map, because Council and McLean actually are very hard, have a really hard time on this map, because water units use 2 movement to move through desert tiles, and McLean's talent doesn't remove that detriment. So here he is gonna get. Yeah, so here he is gonna ban out Gintoki and McLean. I personally think he probably would have wanted to get rid of Oboro, because, well, I guess that's not too bad, since he's gonna probably pick up an assassin here to take care of an Oboro if he comes in. And this is probably one of what's his name, Lostum's better maps as well. So it could go either way, but I'd be a bit wary of the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it's interesting seeing Gintoki and Watham both come out first and second when you know you're going to be up against Rosen and Landius. Like, he's almost banking on having to bust through that Landius, which could be rough knowing how well Moondoggy has built his units.
You mean SaintJacques?
SaintJacques.
Well, SaintJacques is playing, Moondoggy's building. I think Moondoggy will take credit for that part at least.
Yes.
No, Moondoggy, I build.
So, I mean, I think, with Rosen and Landius, Landius is a pretty decent counter to Assassins as well, just with his aura, so he is going to make that Oboro more difficult to kill. Winston's going to be relying so far just on a Lostum to be able to make that kill, which seems sketchy to me.
It is a bit sketchy, especially since once Oboro is channeling, he can't be displaced as well, so Archon won't really be doing much. Like, at best, he would be probably pulling, like... Yeah, at best he'd be pulling, like, any of SaintJacques' remaining stuff, and pulling any of those probably wouldn't result in a kill, yeah.
Wow, and SaintJacques leaving McLean on the table here. I mean, we were just talking about assassination potential versus Oboro. To be honest, I think McLean is one of those units that Winston actually has a chance to kill that Oboro with. So I would be shocked not to see a 5th pick Winston here from McLean.
Honestly, I think picking up Sissy White here would actually be better, because both Gintoki and Epsilon benefit from units dying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Plus, so he's gonna just go full on rush in without too much support, and then just attempt to assassinate stuff, which can be pretty dangerous, but it might work out.
Yeah, I mean, I think Winston did have a couple options there. If he wants to try to assassinate units through Landius, then picking up McLean is a strong choice. If instead he wanted to try to kind of pound through the Landius with these strong single-target units, then getting the double act again for Gintoki would have been an option.
Yeah, plus, if he did the double act again, he'd have a bit of a better chance to assassinate any of SaintJacques' units, since he is going to essentially lose that turn priority, but he is going to still get the benefits of, like, the act again stuff, since 2 units could be acting again.
Just to follow up with Omega Land question about the Gintoki against the Landius. He still has his Dispel ability, so any faction buffs that Landius raise, it can easily be dispelled by Gintoki, move his 2 guard range potentially.
Yeah,
and it will like severely reduce the damage reduction that Landius can take.
Yeah, that is true, but the thing is, that would require Winston to essentially risk losing a unit just to dispel guard, and maybe not even pop a life on Landius, which is not great.
Honestly, by that point in the game, he's going to be in there anyway. He's up against Annie and D-Heart, who are both quite long-range units. So it's either hide again, like he did in the first game, to try to get a good opening, or
that Gintoki
kind
is
of cannonball in.
Yeah, and that Gintoki is running pure
swords.
Yeah, which...
They bring the hoplites, which is interesting.
Well, hoplites are honestly kind of bad. It'd probably just be better to run steel wings, because they actually are pretty tanky, and there are some defensive tiles where they can add in a ton of like damage reduction anyways. So there's that, and yeah, that Landius pretty much will always keep guarding his units, since he can't lose his passive buff, so anything that's standing right next to him will always be protected. But yeah, there's also just the issue of Yanni and Die-Hard just going in and killing a unit and stunning one of them.
That's the thing that Winston has to be scared of right now, just like a dank Elmo, where she can put her portals, and then Winston basically has to go around it just to avoid getting like one shot by the D-Hard or from the dank Elmo herself.
Yeah, Wedham's talent isn't gonna proc ever because the crystal shields will just block all of it. Oh, and he blew Riptide component already. Interesting.
Once again, in their fast, supposedly.
Yeah. So I guess he's gonna try to just throw down.
Does catch a breeze at least.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna try to throw his water onto like SaintJacques' entire team, but that's not a really big deal since Yanni can just dispel some of those tiles and just have D-Heart jump in and stun and kill something. And plus, Winston pretty much needs to get in by like turn 3, or else he's gonna start facing that Oboro, who is gonna be very scary. Like pretty much that Oboro's once turn 3 hits, that well, not turn 3 but turn 4, that Oboro is gonna start sweeping.
Well, basically, it's a game of chicken, like, for Winston. Like, how long can he last with the Oboro for about 3 or 4 turns?
Mm-hmm.
Can he get in there or not?
Yeah, and he has to compete with that Diehard just picking off one of his units as well. Because once that Diehard just goes in and kills something, he's pretty much done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's not going to live another turn, but by that point, the game would be, I imagine, pretty much over.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Gin actually is pretty fast. It's mostly just he needs to get his talent up, and then he can just start running in and being a giant menace.
And then I was like, this is why I feel like would have been better, like with going back with the Sissy White pick over the McLean, because at least with the Sissy White, would you be able to at least abuse the act again and get the Jin in there as fast as possible?
Yep. Plus, he the Sissy White could give speed boost to help his entire team get in much faster as well. So there's that as well. And he could have kind of been a menace with the just being a pest with the summons just blocking tiles. Though it wouldn't have mattered too much since Yanni and Diehard have a lot of range. But yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. I think the Sissy White might have been a bit of a better pick because that way, what's his name? Epsilon could get his like 5 extra attack really easily, get his shield up really easily, and then you could get Gintoki to get Gintoki in his transform state really easily as well. And Sissy White is pretty much there to just be a menace and buff up the team in case they get low. And it'd also kind of be a pain for Oboro to deal with, because if he didn't get the full 4 charges, then he'd have to go through the Lancer summon. But yeah, I think SaintJacques is just going to turtle back here and just wait for Winston to come to him.
Oh, absolutely. With Oboro on his side, he has all the time in the world, I gotta say. He can, like, sit back, take a drink, and just watch the show when Winston comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, just give Oboro all the time he needs just to survive long enough.
Yeah. I am also kind of curious if that Landius is running that new accessory that blocks stun. Because I've been seeing a lot of like not Oboros, but like Hilda's and Landius is running that accessory.
Nice
Kind of looks
defense.
like he's running it. Yeah, that's 14k defense. Wow.
14k.
That's the thing. He's probably, I think, brought the Guardian Infantry anticipating that Gintoki might bring Hoplite. Well, not like that matters, since on attack Hoplites ignore type, don't they?
Yeah.
But
Ooh, early Damor here.
wow, Oboro transforming already.
Oh, that looks like that might have been a misclick.
I think it either was a misclick. Yeah, I mean, SaintJacques emoted so dead as well, so not happy with the move.
Yeah, that was a very suspicious move there. And now his Oboro is out guard range.
That definitely could be something that mixes this game up big time. Now, we'll see if Winston gets flustered at this lush opportunity.
I see Wetham having a good day.
Yeah, Wetham probably...
Yeah, he is definitely taking advantage right away.
Yep, he is like, oh, Mr. Wetham, hello.
A juicy 1-stack Oboro. That
Yes.
changes things significantly.
Then that's a very dead Oboro. Wetham probably is gonna... Oh, he takes a lot of damage, but he's not gonna die. And then Epsilon is gonna get a ton of buffs.
Okay, so there goes one trump card on SaintJacques' side. So now it's down to 2 people that can do something.
I mean, it's a big sweeper off SaintJacques' side. That said, SaintJacques can still rely on the tank and healer combo. He's not even going to bother. He just throws in the towel there. Wow.
All right, well, we tried, chat. We tried. We tried to commentate on that.
There were ways that SaintJacques could have at least tried to salvage that, but he doesn't want to waste his or anyone else's time. I don't know much about SaintJacques personally. I don't know if he's the kind of person who would go on tilt after a play like that, or if he keeps things on a pretty level keel, but we'll see if it affects Game 3 here. So we have it now, 1 game in favor of SaintJacques, and 1 game in favor of Winston. Nice quick Game 2 for Winston. And we're going into Game 3 with SaintJacques probably as player 1 here on the Winter Hideaway.
All right, it's Christmas time, people.
Yeah, and he's probably going to swap to his more P1-related box with, like, Pulley-Out and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would not expect to see Landius and Hilda and Rosen necessarily stay up here in the box as player 1. We'll see if Winston makes any adjustments as player 2. I don't know if he has as much of a tank push side to him.
Yeah. Plus, it's just kind of a pain to run, like, a full box with the side box as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, and Alicia. That's fun.
So SaintJacques is bringing up a couple of more rushy threats as player 1. He's got Clotaire up here, and Matthew, of course. And goes with the first pick, Clotaire, instantly. So he knows he's going to be able to get in there and wreck things on the first turn. What remains to be seen is whether Winston is going to let him have follow-up for that Clotaire. I've seen a lot of Clotaires go in and then kind of be left hanging by the rest of their team. But Winston did sub in some nice reactive choices as well, with the Annie and the T-Jess and the Alicia all able to take out a unit fairly easily, so... Gets Gintoki as first pick.
I'm not too sure if that Gintoki pick was the best, especially given that SP Matthew is still up, and there's a lot of things that SaintJacques can do to mess up Winston.
I figured the Gintoki was just probably like his default safe pick for Winston.
Yeah. Yep, I had a feeling SP Matthew is going to come down.
Oh yeah,
So
great follow-up for Clotaire. Someone who can actually get in and help.
Yeah.
The Gintoki, I'm not sure about any of Winston's builds. I don't think I actually covered any of his matches during this tournament. It was other streamers who were covering his matches. So I don't know if he is going with the Blood Pact build that has been going around lately.
Okay, does pick up the Iron Blood. I guess I would assume for defensive proc, just to give some healing from the AoE assault that SaintJacques going to deliver.
Yep.
But
yeah, with Goddess Tier, she can also dispel some Clotaire stacks as well, so she's definitely helpful for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, we got the Lucretia here to provide, I assume, attack buff to SaintJacques' side.
Seems like it. Also, yeah, seems like Lucretia is going to be a bit more supporty here.
Oh, absolutely. Just give Kuta. This is going to be a game that's going to be decided by turn 2, guaranteed.
So, I will be interested to see if Moondoggy picks up a tank here, because if he does pick up, say, Neo Alma, Winston won't have any units to really get through it besides Die Hard.
All right, dude. And calling him Neo Alma, there she is. Welcome, little Miss Lightbringer. All right.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
You're just calling all the plays. All right, so now SaintJacques is definitely going to move forward and deliver the AoE bashes when as soon as he gets within close range. He's going to light Winston up like a firework here.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what I'm assuming is gonna happen with Winston is he's gonna try to throw like, say, lost him into SaintJacques' team, but SaintJacques picked up Die Hard here, so that really won't be an issue.
No. I wonder at this point now, would it be better for Winston to use Iron Blood just more for aggressive command, get the additional movement, and try to snipe SaintJacques from units before he moves in, but still be a tricky situation. Does have to teleport from the Light of Genesis, so and because he's second player, he could try to teleport maybe the Lost Ham or the Alicia, try to snipe one of SaintJacques' units.
Yeah. You could do a lot of things, but I don't think... Yeah, I think the main issue right now for Winston is he's going to have to go through that Neo Elma, and none of his team's really going to do that. And the only thing... He only has one assassin here, and also he has pretty much no healer, so he's going to be eating a ton of like fixed damage. And SaintJacques has multiple units to get Gintoki, so it's going to be really hard for him to actually pull off any good trades.
Oh yeah, no, like it's still going to be a tricky situation for Winston, just trying to, with the Lightbringer being a factor in the play now, like how he's going to be able just to break down Lightbringer while being like AoE to death from all these units. We'll see, but
we will. I'm just kind of interested to see what this Clotaire is running. Colin, could you double check if this Clotaire is running Divine Boots? Okay, he's not.
Does not appear to be running boots.
Well, he's going in now. It seems like no time to waste. Time to start the fireworks show, people.
Yeah, I don't think Matthew has enough range to actually get in turn 1 as well. But in any case...
oh, that hurt.
That's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's some damage. So one of Winston's potential strategies here with a team like this is to weather the storm initially, especially if Matthew can't reach everyone on turn 1. Try to get as much healing as he can off IBC and TSdL while getting rid of the dangling units, and then basically reset for turn 2 and hope he can survive.
Could use the potential TSdL ultimate ability here, trying to get some healing back to the entire team. She can cast Strengthen on herself and then use her ultimate on the Clotaire.
Yep.
So that's one potential move that Winston could do to get out of the sticky situation here.
Yeah, and Winston's team actually has a good amount of self-healing, so that I think he would have wanted to save that AoE for a little later. Because if he could have gotten, like, say, Matthew to go in and, like, do more damage and teleport out, or... Yeah, because right now, Saint doesn't have any follow-up at the moment, and...
Winston just needs to be patient and get his footing back under him.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he doesn't really need to... yeah, and Saint doesn't really even need to... Oh, that may have been a mistake.
Okay, he casts his teleport over Strength. I'm surprised about that. I feel like if he TSdL cast his Strength on herself, she would have...
cost him the TSdL.
Yeah.
And that was some healing, but that gets Gintoking up, I guess.
Maybe it was all part of the plan. Sacrifice the TSdL to make the angry Gintoki.
But I think he was moving the TSdL so he could just... I don't know why he did that. Yeah.
I told you, make the Gintoki angry. It's part of our plan.
Yeah, like, he could have like gotten some healing down on the TSdL.
I don't know. I think IBC first was probably the play there.
Yeah, especially
like there was no real rush to try to use TSdL to get rid of that Clotaire right now. Clotaire is spent. So IBC double move first to basically goddess tier everything off the whole team, and then TSdL can much more safely make that attack.
Okay, what the heck is going on here?
He's just giving speed boosts on Winston's side to both the Lossam and the Iron Blood.
Yeah, I'm very confused at what Winston is doing. Like, I think he might be trying to just finish off the Clotaire with a Gintoki thing, but...
Oh, Lightbringer got a Breeze. That's interesting. Got a Breeze Lightbringer here.
Yeah. Well, I'm running the Breeze Lightbringer as well, because... It's because I gave her pretty much all of my, I think, D-Lit equipment, so I'm like, what? I'm just being efficient.
I remember her. The vague memory from 2 years ago.
Hey, at least I'm getting some use out of her equipment now.
After 2 years.
Pretty much.
Honestly, I mean, Breeze works for a comp like this where you want her to be able to keep up with the rest of your speedy characters.
Pretty much, yeah. I think Full Moon is actually a lot more common on Lightbringer now.
Yeah, I was to say, I feel like that's more common build.
Yeah. But I gotta be efficient with how I build my units.
You got so many scrolls, I don't want to spend my credit card.
I honestly think Winston is just trying to stay as far away from Matthew as possible right now.
I suppose, yeah. Like, might be interesting to... If he was, like, running Blood Pack Gintoki, he wouldn't even need to worry about SP Matthew.
Matthew did bring the faction buff, so yeah, there you go. So this is going to make the D-Hard end a bit more stronger for the assault.
Well, the thing is that D-Hard's probably going to be able to one-shot the Gintoki anyway, since Gintoki's not on full HP and he's double infantry.
Now, what's weird here is that Winston didn't exactly line his units for positioning for the Iron Blood, so Iron Blood at the current moment can't really heal or movement buff any of his units.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's a bit of a mistake. But the only real person Winston could use the speed buff on would probably be the Lost Him, which is a good idea. But at this point in time, I don't think the Lost Him could even kill that diehard. Oh yeah, this is over.
Winston's calling. I think he realized he messed up the formation with the Iron Blood.
Yeah,
Winston throwing out his own "so dead" emote.
Yeah, I think he meant to reposition his units for either a heal or a movement, but messed up.
Oh, I think what Winston would have wanted to do is just use Lost in 3C on the Clotaire, pretty much heal back to full and then jump backwards.
Yeah, and then use the Iron Blood movement plus for whatever position.
Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much like a 2-for-0 trade, which is honestly pretty game-ending at this point.
And what the funny thing is, he still got the Clotaire alive after all these turns. I thought he would be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, he's useless. He's a husk now, so...
Useless, but still alive, which is amazing.
Yep.
Alright, there goes Lossam. Hardly nudie.
Yeah. And then he's probably gonna try to stun either the Gintoki or the... Actually, he's probably gonna just
probably stun the IBC would be best.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he gets that stun.
Gets the 50-50 coin flip.
Yep. And that's a dead IBC, so...
oh, Saint is rubbing salt. The ooh la la.
I mean, maybe we're gonna see an epic Gintoki 5v1 here.
Yeah,
that'd be something.
he'd have to deal with like Lucretia.
He has to get through Lightbringer to get at this Lucretia, yeah.
Yeah, and the Lucretia can just get free pot shots at him anyways. So, is that Lucretia running full AoE?
She does have Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah. But at this point,
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. She could cast AoEs for days, and the Gintoki would not survive.
Yeah, because in a setup like this, I would have expected the Lucretia to probably run 3C, once Frost Strike, and then one of the AoEs. Since Winston probably doesn't want to group up too much.
Moon Zero, you do make a good point. At least the Gin gets a guaranteed act again from the Iron Blood.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the Gin at least try to go anime and try to dive on in.
Getting accelerated aid there, too, to get ready for his incoming assault.
Yeah,
oh, he's going full
Alicia. Yeah, that Alicia really isn't doing anything.
He's a good speed booster.
I suppose.
She's supporting, guys.
Yeah, she's supporting, and she's healing herself as well.
Just like the game, she's good at...
Nice attack.
Nothing else.
Oh, yeah. 2,000. It's nothing.
That is a lot of attack. Wow.
It'd be interesting if we get to see in this game, but yeah. All right. And now we got the Angie. All right.
Boo. Time to go in and, I don't know, die.
Time to go to anime rage mode and dive on in.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad Yusuke is so bad compared to Gintoki now.
What's a Yusuke?
A character that was phased out maybe a year or two ago. And then the Gintoki...
He was Gizarov's best friend.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. All right. Well, there goes the...
he did explode the Clotaire.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's hilarious.
So, unfortunately, Venorion, your optimistic hopes for Clotaire were short-lived.
Oh, man.
He's just a little guy. It's his birthday.
Oh, it does have the attack from the Lucretia. All right, right on. So...
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, the Gintoki did use his heal, so he's going to be basically surviving with what he has right now.
Pretty much. I
mean,
wonder if he's going to run away.
Yeah.
Run away. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to run away or if he's going to... Okay, he's going to run away so Alicia can get in.
Alicia can either get in or fog herself.
Oh, God, that'd be hilarious
yes.
to get the fog.
She is the best support unit by giving Gintoki an act again.
Oh, okay. Matthew goes in, tries to do some buffs.
Yep. So Skybreaker drop goes down.
All right, we're going to see some action here. Let's see what she can do.
Just gotta believe.
I don't believe.
Oh, no. All right,
certainly the first life is off this.
I wonder if Alicia runs hidden lurker sting or well, the new bow, or if she runs a different bow.
Normally it's extreme magic bow. Oh, there goes again Toki.
Yep.
And that's it.
Well, she does.
So I will say this in summary: that was an unexpected semifinal. There were some very interesting things going on there, but it made it interesting. It was a very different and entertaining game with some odd plays from both sides. We had the very surprising SaintJacques throw Boro move in Game 2, and then just like a... You don't expect to see the first play yeet Clotaire in a tournament semifinal, but there we have it in Game 3. SaintJacques winning 2-1 over Winston here and moving on to the finals where he'll face his brother BeoMo. So, huge thanks to Winston. Well played to get this far to the semifinals. You guys all know what the prize payout looks like. That's posted in the Summit der Langrisser Discord. I don't have it at hand right now, but all these players right now are in the money anyway. It's just a question of how much SaintJacques is going to come out with after this coming week's finals against his bro.
Hey, Colin, can you do me a favor? Click on the stats in the upper right corner. Just look at the damage that Clotaire did.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right.
He did a full bar of damage.
Basically, the entire damage of SaintJacques.
Yeah. That's not super surprising. But yeah, thanks very much, Venorion and Pizza, for coming out to stream with me once we actually got everything set up to run correctly.
Yay.
The joys of dealing with a brand new monitor, first time streaming on this monitor, and also doing multiple sound sources from Discord and stuff. So we got it all worked out in the end, in time for the really entertaining stuff anyway.
Yep.
All right. So I guess what now is the final, right? I believe.
Yep, these two will have to schedule whenever their match is going to be. Potentially soon. I mean, they have all the flexibility. It's just each other that they have to schedule with. So we'll see when that is going to be. And we may have an epic streamer fiesta with... there was one match we did in an earlier round where it was like me and Straw and Zanson and a few people. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get like 10 streamers on for the finals.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, everyone. Thanks to everyone who came out to the stream to watch and cheer for both of these players, and to Moondoggy, who was in the chat, definitely not backseating SaintJacques. We will catch you all in the next one. We'll let you know as soon as that final match is going to be taking place, and we will have a big showing for that one. So thanks, everyone. Catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.